Hi guys, it's Dom. We are here with the AEW Revolution predictions coming up right now. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, let's do this.
God, I just listened to this whole podcast. It was terrible. I feel like my ears are gonna bleed.
What'd you say? This is Darby Allin, and you're listening to Gimme a Whole Yeah podcast.
Yo, I made it in time. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Welcome to the Gimme a Whole Yeah Wrestling podcast. My name is Ann. I'm joined today by
Dom. I did the intro.
Did you? How did it go? I botched it last night. It was crap.
It was fine. I just said, hey, it's Dom. We're about to do AEW Revolution predictions. Let's do it. And then
nice, like it, guys. This is what we are fighting for: the Gimme a Whole Yeah belt. The inaugural champion is going to be decided after tonight's video.
I forgot about this, man. I forgot about this. Like, this is crazy. So, like, I'm working the next morning, and so I won't find out that if I've won. I won't find out I've won until later on in the day. So you guys have to hold Anthony accountable. He can't cheat. You can't cheat. You've got to tell him if I've won.
Mate, it's going down in record right now, so we are going to get through it. If you are watching this video in the future, we're going to talk predictions for probably about 20 minutes, and then we're going to listen to all your predictions. I want you to write them in chat. I want to hear what you think is going to happen at Revolution, who you think is going to win, and who you think is going to lose. Should we do this, Tom?
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm excited. We've got Jamel and we've got Jess in as well. How you doing, Jess? You all right? How you doing? You okay?
Jamel. It's Yorkshire's favourite sons. Aye.
Absolutely. Nice to see you.
Brilliant.
Yes. Well, it's good. It's good to be here. Sorry, I've had a rough. Well, not a rough. I've had a long few days. It's actually been a good few days, but sorry, I slept through my alarm last night.
It's all good, man.
I joined you and then couldn't go back to sleep. Oddly. I joined you at 3:00 or 3:30 and then couldn't sleep again for the rest of the night, which is just unfortunate, but of course classic stuff.
It's all good, my friend. It's all good. Right, should we get these predictions done then? Let people see them, and then we'll listen to other people's predictions. Jade Cargill versus Conti for the AEW TBS Championship. Dom.
I think for me, it's got to be Cargill.
Easy Cargill, isn't it? It's an easy win, but it should be fun. It'll be nice to see Jade Cargill working with Conti, that is for sure. I assume we're getting a match against Andrade on Rampage. That would make sense.
Yeah, I would think so, yes.
Yeah, cool. Let's go on to the next match then. Andrade El Ídolo and Matt Hardy and Isiah Kassidy versus Sami Guevara, Sting, and Darby Allin. Who have you got?
I've got to say Sting, Darby Allin, and Sammy. I would have said.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them things, isn't it? They're not going to risk Sting and Darby's winning streak as a tag team by giving it to the heel team here, although it wouldn't necessarily. But it just seems to make sense to give it to Sting, Sammy, and Darby. Give an uplifting moment.
The feel-good vibes, isn't it? You know, the feel-good vibes of Sting winning on a pay-per-view, Darby, Sammy, all fan favourites, of course.
Absolutely. Let's go to the next match then, Dan. Let's not mess about. We're whizzing through these, Dom. Easy.
Yeah,
I actually think it's quite a predictable pay-per-view, apart from some which are absolute coin flips. Let's talk about one where we're going to be different. Jurassic Express versus reDRagon versus Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championship.
I'm going to say reDRagon. Oh, reDRagon are winning this. reDRagon are winning this for me.
I've got Jurassic Express.
Okay, cool. So we are. This is the first time we have differed.
This is the first time. Why have you picked reDRagon or reDRagon?
They are on the they're on the up there as a new emerging team. Well, not a new emerging team in life, or in the life of wrestling, but certainly in AEW, I think it makes sense to give them the belts, and because there's obviously the tension with the Bucks, but also There's obviously a lot of tension with other teams in the tag team division. So I think reDRagon are like the catalyst. They're like the firework. They're like what do you call the paper that you light fireworks with?
Pyro paper.
Do you know what I mean? They're like the paper that you use to fire the flames.
Firelighter.
Yeah, there you go. They're like the firelighter. So I think it makes sense to give reDRagon, because no matter what you do with the Bucks and reDRagon and that feud, wouldn't it be awesome? Wouldn't it be awesome to have reDRagon and Bucks feud for the titles? I think personally. I honestly think that, and this is unfortunate. Sorry to interrupt you. I honestly think that the Bucks. Sorry, not the Bucks. The
Jurassic Express.
Jurassic Express reign has been quite underwhelming.
Yeah, absolutely, because I don't think they've given them the time that they need. I'm going Jurassic Express because I don't think they're going to give the titles in a triple threat. I think that actually the story here is going to be about reDRagon and Young Bucks eliminating Jurassic Express quite early from the match, but then them two going against each other, and that to me is where they're going with the story of this match. And I think that'll then lead to them two both destroying each other and giving Jurassic Express the opportunity to come in and win. Jungle Boy getting that pin.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally see why they would do that. Give them a little bit of a rub against these amazing teams, and your prediction does make sense. Because again, the reDRagon and the Bucks are going to be distracted by each other. So I think it certainly makes sense for your prediction to come through. But I think they're going to go for some big surprises and big moves this pay-per-view. Obviously, this is the equivalent for AEW of WrestleMania. So I think it makes sense to have a reDRagon win for me.
Cool, rock and roll. Let's so our first difference right there. Let's talk about the next match. Oh no, let's talk about the two early matches on the pre-show. Kris Statlander versus Layla Hirsch.
Layla Hirsch for me. I think Statlander. Layla Hirsch has got some work to do on her, on her gimmick and work on her. And I think Kris Statlander and Hirsch have a really good rivalry going, but it hasn't really, it's not really set the world on fire. And I think legit Layla Hirsch has a lot more to offer if she can kind of, improve and work on her game and stuff. And Statlander is the kind of person that can take a loss and not look weak at all. She's a fun, entertaining, and talented character. But I think legit Layla Hirsch, in order to be considered legit as a competitor, needs a win here. So I'm going to go legit Layla Hirsch.
Interesting. I've got Kris Statlander. I don't think the match matters that much. I think it'll be a fun match. But I actually think Kris Statlander could be going against Jade Cargill in the near future. So giving her a win on the pre-show, first of all, gives the fans a good time. This could be, it's either between this and one of the match where we could see Danhausen make an appearance as well and sort of solidify him with the entire faction. We saw him on Wednesday night coming out and putting a curse on the person that Trent Barretta was attacking at the time. So I'm saying Kris Statlander. That's our second difference, Dom.
Okay, cool.
Man, the belt's on the line, baby, and we've got differences. Let's go for the next one in the pre-show. It's Hook versus QT Marshall. After 3 together. 1, 2, 3. Hook. We're so bad at doing that together.
You'd have to be crazy not to pick Hook, I think.
It's going to be Hook in it, but the crowd fans are going to go.
I think it'll be a 30-second match.
Potentially. Right, cool. Let's go into the big ladder match. Keith Lee versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Orange Cassidy versus TBD, or to be determined. I think TBD is going to be Christian Cage.
You think Christian Cage? That's a good shout. I've heard a lot of people saying Jeff Hardy, but Jeff Hardy's non-compete isn't up yet.
Yeah,
a lot of people are saying it's up, and I'm like, it isn't. So for me, I think Christian Cage is a good shout, but I think it'll be Swerve. People have also
he's not in the match. There's a match on Friday to determine who that is.
What?
There's a match on Friday to determine who that person is. It's either Christian Cage or I can't remember who it was. It was Anthony Bowens or someone like that.
Okay. Anthony Bowens has lost like 3 of those matches.
Anthony Bowens, man, he rocked
Talented.
last night.
Yeah,
by the way.
talented. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm pretty sure anyway. So yeah. So who have you got to win?
So to me, it's got to be Keith Lee. Keith Lee.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, I said Wardlow. I said Wardlow when I typed it out. Wardlow.
In your message, you wrote Keith Lee.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna say.
I mean, it's an AEW Future TNT Championship match, and while they've got a TNT match on Rampage, I believe, which is between Sami Guevara, Darby Allin, and Andrade, Ídolo, I think that Sammy's taking it. So you're going to have to go against Sami Guevara. And reading them names in there, the one that I imagine would be best for Sami Guevara would actually be Ricky Starks. But then Wardlow's like
Starks would be good. Starks would be good. I think it'll come down to Starks and it's either Wardlow and Keith Lee for me. And I'm going to say Keith Lee because again he's got the momentum. I think it's a good newsworthy thing if Keith Lee wins. And you've got to think from that that point of view. They're going to go for newsworthy. So
I think Keith Lee's going to be feuding with Powerhouse Hobbs next. I think they're going to go straight into that. So I'm going to go Wardlow. I think that you wipe out the other guys. I think it might even be Wardlow or Christian. I think it's going to be Wardlow. I'm going to say Wardlow.
Okay, cool.
I think he's going over big time in this pay-per-view. I think that that's going to be one of the massive talking points of the night. So him winning that match is kind of important.
Okay, I'm going to go with Keith Lee.
And also, I believe MJF on Dynamite said to Wardlow, if you win the championship, you can keep it. That was nice of him, wasn't it?
If you win the championship, you can keep it. What do you mean?
Yeah, you can keep it. You don't have to give it to me.
Okay.
What an asshole. Let's go with Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston.
Kingston. They've got to put Kingston over here.
Yeah, I think you can go. This is one of them conflict ones that can definitely do Jericho winning and Kingston having a crisis of confidence story. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's the right time for Kingston to get this big win at the moment. So I'm going to go Eddie Kingston, baby.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Next up, we'll do the Women's World Championship match. Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. versus Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. It's got to be Thunder Rosa. They're going to go for a big change or a couple of big changes here. Again, big pay-per-view. Thunder Rosa, it's time. Baker's had a fantastic run. We'll have another fantastic run, many more fantastic runs.
100%.
But it's time for Thunder Rosa, I think.
Yes, I agree. I think it's time for Thunder Rosa. And this is the only championship I've got transferring hands. And I think you need to do at least one on Revolution. So I'm going Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. Mm-hmm. Let's go with the World Championship match next, because I do believe that there should be another match headline in this pay-per-view. Not even the championship. Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole, baby. Who you got?
It was announced in the media call that this will be the headline match.
Is it?
Yeah. So I have said Adam Cole because, but I said Adam Cole before, but I am actually going on record as saying Hangman Page.
Hangman Page.
So Adam Cole was my prediction earlier. The more I thought about it, the more I've said it's not time for Adam Page's run to end. So I'm going to say Hangman.
Yeah, I'm going to say Hangman Adam Page. I think this is a big match for him, and I think it'll be another great showing by Hangman Adam Page. I think there's potential to get Young Bucks involved and potential for a tease of Kenny Omega. I know he's not ready to return yet, but I think Kenny Omega getting into that elite feud, and which will build up to him and Adam Cole, I think is a good time for this, potentially. And let's talk about what probably should be. Mate, I have loved this feud.
Yeah,
I have loved this. Has been
it's great. It's been amazing. Amazing.
CM Punk versus MJF.
Dude.
Oh, did we do Bryan Danielson and Moxley? Oh, we haven't.
We haven't
we'll do
that
that. Let's do CM Punk and MJF and a dog collar match.
Yeah, I'm going to say CM Punk. I think it makes sense for Punk to win. MJF won the last one. I think they'll have another match. and I think that that Punk will win. I think MJF will win the third of the three. I think. Oh no, wait. They've had one where Punk's won. MJF won the return. So this is the final match. I'm gonna say.
Well, no, they've only had one match, and
no, they've had two.
No, they haven't had one. MJF's beat him twice, but he beat him twice in the same match.
Almost sure.
They had one match in Chicago.
Okay. Well, Punk's winning this.
I've got MJF winning this. Am I just costing myself this beautiful title, Dom?
Well, no, because we've got other differences, but no, Punk's winning this.
No, I think MJF's winning this. I think you really want to put MJF over. You have him beat him here as well, man. I mean, that's massive. That's massive.
You're right, it is, but you've also got to think about, you've also got to think about the fact that he's already won, beat him in Chicago, which we all predicted was going to happen. The massive, going over of MJF in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you give CM Punk, especially given that it's WrestleMania season, you give him a big win in a gimmick match, which is newsworthy. It's what people want to be talking about post. CM Punk gets destroyed with an inch of his life, gets battered and bruised and bloodied, but still wins. You
see, I think MJF's going to win. I think he's going to win with the Dynamite ring again to really piss Punk off and piss the fans off as well, because the fans are getting annoyed at that, and I think that's a great story. And I think that the big thing coming out of this is I think that Wardlow's going to have enough of MJF as well, and I think that at the end we'll have a post-match beatdown between Wardlow and MJF.
See, that could happen anyway. I believe that could happen in the middle of the match, which would be the reason why Punk wins.
Well, the first match, Wardlow was the reason that CM Punk lost in many respects from the distraction, which ended up getting the Dynamite Diamond ring use. So interesting, very interesting. Let's go into the other match that we missed off. And again, coin flip, man. Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley. Which way are you going?
I'm going for... See, this is interesting because it's for a tag team, isn't it? It's for a tag team. Danielson's pitching for Moxley to be his tag team partner, mentor. So you would presume that Moxley would win, right? You would presume Moxley would win, but for me, it makes more sense to have Danielson win.
Okay. I don't know. I think for me, the story that's been prevalent around this feud has been Jon Moxley never beating Bryan Danielson before, and I think it could be a good moment for Moxley to win. I still think they could potentially team, but to do that, you've either got to turn Danielson face or Moxley heel again. And I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's the hardest one to predict. But if I was back against the wall, I'd say Danielson.
Yeah, I'm going to go Moxley. Wow, we've got some differences in this pay-per-view, Dom.
Have you written them down?
No, we've got a video that documents them all. We'll rewatch the video if we have any concerns. The other thing I wanted to say was... Oh, thank you for that. That was fun. I want to hear all your comments. Write your comments down. Write your prediction in the chat. Let's find out who is going to win. Let's do some comments. Do you want to do some comments, Dom?
Indeed. Well, Dan's here from Eve.
Hey, up, Dan. How you doing?
Michael's in. Michael says, "Are we going to get Kenny at the end of the show?" Yeah. Well, I don't think so personally, but I think that'll be one hell of an end of the show. George asking us how we're doing. We're good. Tired, man. But I'm good. Anthony's tired too, I think. Litmus. Yeah, I think that was it, Simon.
Isn't Litmus what tests pH levels?
Hang on a sec. Hang on. Oh, is it taper? Just as taper. Litmus paper is...
I believe Litmus tests pH levels or alkaline levels.
Yeah, it is pH, you're right. So,
boom! Baby.
Taper. Is it taper? No. I was, taper. Diminishing or reducing thickness, taper, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, you know what I meant. You got the gist.
A fire starter, baby.
A fire starter, a twisted.
What
fire
are you, Dom?
starter.
A twisted fire starter.
Twisted
Very
fire
good.
Starter. Like Jamal said, reDRagon. So Jamal's with me. Jamal also says Sting's Club. He's with us. Simon says Cargill, no brainer. Again with us on those. And I think those are the predictions we've got. I think Wardlow wins Face of the Revolution, then costs MJF the dog collar match as a form of revenge. Yes, indeed.
Oh, interesting, man. That's cool. That's cool. I'm really interested in the story that they're telling, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. I'm excited, man. I think it's the most exciting match of the year in terms of pay-per-view stuff. Nothing at WrestleMania is. I was just looking, and of course, there's the potential, of course, of the wonderful Vince McMahon versus Pat McAfee match we're going to get at WrestleMania. But
they set it up today, on the Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
stream.
I was going to watch it later after this, but I think that in terms of a technical masterpiece, you got to give it to McMahon and McAfee for beating CM Punk and MJF, haven't you, for match of the year? So,
get out of it. God, it's going to be...
I'm joking, don't you?
I know. God, they're really trying to sell tickets for that WrestleMania. They've not done very well, have they?
Yeah.
I mean, they've sold like 50,000 a night, which is great. But that's what happens when you spread WrestleMania over 2 nights. People can't, do both, and then it's just bad. Bad. Eve says, "Pa." What are your predictions for the big NWA versus Eve title versus title match tomorrow night? I think the Hex are going to win. I'll
agree.
I think the Hex from NWA, the current NWA tag team women's
champions. I saw the challenge on the stream.
I saw the challenge there. It was cool.
Saw it live, yeah, indeed.
It was cool. I think the Uprising are losing them tag team belts, Dan. But there's one man that knows, and he's in chat right now. It's Dan. Check out Pro Wrestling Eve this weekend. I'm sure they'll be streaming some of it. The Women Behaving Badly event, which is happening this weekend. And is it March the 4th? It's tomorrow night. Oh, I'm working tomorrow night. Damn it.
Yeah, man. Life.
That'll be a hell of a show. Moxley. I sure hope so. I think the Uprising might just pull it off, says George. Wow, the NWA belt's going to Pro Wrestling Eve, according to George. Cool. You're tired. I'm in a hotel in Hounslow. Oh, imagine traveling 8 hours, don't ask, and you end up in Hounslow. Where the hell's Hounslow?
Down south, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. What a rib, says Eve. You guys are going to deliver 2 great shows this weekend. I have no doubt Pro Wrestling Eve will absolutely do that.
The London Borough of Hounslow, yeah.
There you go. Keith Lee is the only right answer. Yeah. So you're putting Keith Lee. You think Keith Lee versus Sami Guevara, though?
Keith Lee is still my prediction.
Oh no, I know, but that's the match, isn't it?
And now I'm even more certain because Dan says I'm right.
Dan's a booker, man. Dan gets these things right all the time. He only watches this to see what the fans think. He's like,
which is why I'm going with it still. Because Dan,
there you go. Yeah, you go with it. Dan says, I don't know anything. He's got insider, Dom. He's got insider. He's worked with Keith Lee before as well, of course. Question is, Ring of Honor still doing their pay-per-view on April the 1st? Yes. Yeah, it's advertised. It'll still go ahead. The booker will be Tony Khan. We could talk about Ring of Honor, Dom. We've not talked about it on stream.
I'm excited, man. Really excited.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some more interviews in the coming weeks as well with some of the Ring of Honor roster.
Nice. Yeah. So subscribe to the channel for more of them Ring of Honor interviews coming up, and I'm sure that you'll be asking the question about AEW as well.
I will.
That'll be very interesting. Interesting. What do you think about all that, Dom?
It's exciting, man. I thought it was a great announcement. What I wanted. Just what I wanted from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't watch enough. You don't watch a lot of Ring of Honor, do you? So, and it's not that's not a criticism. It's just you don't have the time. Yeah, and it's really fantastic. It's fantastic stuff. So for me, the video library, the potential of more Ring of Honor shows, that to me is the best thing they could have announced.
But the interesting thing is they haven't bought any of the talent. The talent are all free agents.
There it was said. I've read reports they are going to have Ring of Honor talent on.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure Tony Khan will sign a load of them. So I assume he's going to put some people from AEW on it as well. And you've got to change your name, right?
What?
You change your name.
I don't think
it's got to be AEW's Ring of Honor.
Well, we'll see what they're going to do. But from what I've read, what I've listened to and read and Wrestle Talk and the other Publications, they're thinking about running it as like an NXT style thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense. But you've got to brand it as AEW because AEW sells more tickets as a brand name than Ring of Honor, doesn't it?
Well, we'll see what they do.
Interesting times. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens. I think it's fascinating. I don't even know the full card. That's a shoot too. Dan's probably just so busy setting up for these shows at the weekend. Eve, right, girls of wrestling, are you guys going live on Saturday? I'm sure they are. First half is free. Second half is for members only. Guys, being a member of Pro Wrestling Eve costs nothing. You get the full show and it's outstanding. Hounslow is in London, says George. I think you don't bring Keith Lee then, and then it's effing Keith Lee. Yes, but Dan, let me tell you something about storytelling. You could absolutely bring Keith Lee in and have Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs be the people that take him out and carry on with a story with Powerhouse Hobbs and Keith Lee, because that is a money feud, which Keith Lee will absolutely go over.
I agree. It is a money feud, you're right.
I think it's Keith Lee as well, says Michael. Mike, I'm losing this belt, Dom.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I still think you're in with a big chance of winning it.
You bring in Keith Lee, so you make a big deal and you do what's right. Interestingly, he's got a match on Friday, you know? I thought you would have saved it for the pay-per-view if it was his first match, considering it's the weekend.
Yeah, is it? But then, like Dan says, you want to put Keith Lee front and center of most anything you do. You know, he's an attraction.
Very talented guy, and to be honest, Keith Lee and Sami Guevara would be excellent. Eve says you push him to the moon from the start. Keith Lee can deliver like so few can. George says, Eve, I would love to see Keith Lee and Sami Guevara. That match would be insane. You can, but Keith Lee is a guy you want as a face of your company.
I absolutely agree with you, Dan. Absolutely agree with you, mate.
Maybe so. To be clear, I'm not convinced he's winning, but I think he should.
Yeah, interesting.
Dan, he's cryptic, isn't he? Dan is very cryptic. We've got what else to talk about, Dom?
I think that's good, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to. I'm going to be joining you for the first bit before trying to get at least 6 hours of sleep before I start work on Monday. But I will be with you for the opening bit at least. I'm very much looking forward to it. I was gutted when I realised I had to leave so early on Monday. I was like, ah.
Mate, I did the same with Full Gear last year. I was like, no, working sucks. Yeah. I didn't do that with. It's Ethan Page versus Christian Cage. I found out.
Ethan Page versus Christian Cage. We knew we were going to get that match at some point in a steel cage.
Did you know the week after, Adam Page and Ethan Page are teaming up against Christian Cage and Bryan Cage?
I did not know, but now I'm excited.
I mean, they're not, but wouldn't that be hilarious?
I know, and they're going to be in a steel cage.
The rage in the cage.
Steel cage full of rage.
With a bit of sage.
I was just about to say exactly that. That's weird.
Weird, man. Mental.
Were you just thinking about sage?
Yeah, I'm thinking of stuffing now, mate.
Yeah, me too. Ooh.
And I'm thinking of stuffing you and keeping this belt. Guys, from our predictions, who do you think's keeping this belt? Who do you think's winning this belt?
Even I think you're keeping it, but
why? You've picked some really safe choices, to be honest. What are our differences? Let's just
so our differences were
Jurassic Express and reDRagon. So I've said Jurassic Express, you've said reDRagon.
Layla Hirsch and Statlander.
Layla Hirsch and Statlander. I've got Statlander, you've got Layla Hirsch.
Bryan
Daniel versus Moxley. I've got Moxley.
I've got Danielson.
You've got Danielson. Kingston, we both had. No, we've got I said Wardlow, you said Keith Lee.
Oh yeah.
We both said Thunder Rosa. You said MJF. I said CM Punk.
Oh, I said CM Punk.
Sorry. Yeah, I said MJF. You said CM Punk.
Yes.
So there's quite a few differences that we've got there.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I thought that was quite a... any surprises, Dom? Any surprises? Are we getting any surprises?
See, now that... Because I didn't know about the match on Friday with Christian Cage and Ethan Page in a steel cage with some sage.
A cook-off.
A cook-off. I didn't know about that, so I was thinking Swerve would debut. Of course, you want your Jeff Hardy, but he isn't allowed yet. He's not. His no compete isn't over, and people talk about Cesaro because of the brass ring and all that stuff on the ladder match. But no, it's too early to have Cesaro in. So I honestly think the most likely surprise would be an Omega return, unless Swerve came in at some point. But where would you have Swerve come in if it wasn't the ladder match? It's too early for Cesaro and too early for Hardy. So I'm going to say Omega will be the big surprise return if they do it.
Interesting.
You?
Me, I think we're going to get announced Serena Deeb 5-minute challenge, and I think we could get Toni Storm.
Oh, that'd be good.
I think that would be the way to do it.
Yeah. Have you heard that? On that note, I found out today that Session Moth Martina, who is of course from a Ring of Honor talent, will be on AEW Dark Elevation. So of course another great talent from
former Ring of Honor, former Pro Wrestling Eve, man. She was cracking it in Pro Wrestling Eve.
Of course.
Absolutely. That's where she developed the gimmick, man. Tony can't wait till April. What about so I can tell you it's not going to happen. All right, Dan. All right. Well, what about if you was to, because the 5-minute challenge has to be to bring someone in, isn't it?
I don't know, man.
The 5-minute challenge is. Can Ember Moon come in yet? She's working dates.
Well, yeah, she's working. It's Athena, I believe.
Athena, there we go. Ember Moon could come in. In a steel cage on Rampage. That's where we have this match, Dom. On Rampage.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know. I feel like Dom might win. He's not taking the belt. He'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. I think Kenny Omega wins. Wins what? Just wins at life.
Kenny Omega wins at life.
Have you seen my little figure, Dom? Way, it's Kenny Omega. I play with my figures sometimes. Shouldn't have streamed last night. Comes back, not wins, lol. Tony can't wait till April, so I can tell you it's not going to happen. Me, Ian.
That'd be good, yeah.
Did you know there's 2 versions of her in 2K22?
Yes, I did, yes. Reckoning and Mia Yim. Yet, no Bray Wyatt.
Did you hear what Vince McMahon said about Bray Wyatt on the podcast thing today?
He didn't say anything.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He said something along the lines of they had to trim the fat. Or he insulted all the people that he'd released, which included Bray Wyatt, obviously, because he released Bray Wyatt.
Really?
Yeah. He said something shocking. It'll be all in the YouTube the next day.
I'll have a look. Cool.
No way! Former Eve, still Eve. She'll be back next month. She was originally on this weekend, and then she messaged me saying she had this opportunity. She had to show up in on Elevation, and Dan was like, "Go!" That's amazing. Cool. She's back next month. Nice. Dan says, "I want Kenny Omega to win. He does win at life." Ember Moon is that a spoiler from Dan? Ember Moon is coming in. I understand. Yeah, I think Ember Moon makes sense, doesn't she? You can bolster that women's division a bit, and that could be your argument to give Britt the win. You know, if you was to have like your Toni Storms and your Ember Moons come in, like they work well against Britt Baker as a champion. And again, what crisis of confidence for Thunder Rosa? I don't know, but I also still feel like this is her time. Man, the match last night was pretty poor. The women's tag match. Something didn't connect for me.
Right.
So,
right.
Rock and roll.
Cool.
I don't know if she's in this weekend, says Dan, but as I understand it, she is coming in. Ruby Soho needs a push. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Miro needs to return.
Miro does need to return. I'm excited. I'm excited for Miro's return. Talented guy. Such a talented guy.
And I assume Kip Sabian will be healed after his injury soon.
Yeah, I forgot that was going to take a while, actually.
Some really exciting stuff in AEW and now Ring of Honor as well. What that Ring of Honor pay-per-view in April, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening there, isn't there?
I think that'd be amazing. Yeah.
Because this is no longer the end of an era; it's the beginning of an era.
Yeah, man, it's a really exciting time to be a wrestling fan. Exciting time for just to be in this world. Talking to you guys, doing this. It's amazing.
Do you know one thing that the Ring of Honor thing confirms?
Go on.
Remember all them rumors about Tony Khan's running out of money in AEW? They haven't run out of money. They just outbid WWE for Ring of Honor.
I don't know if they outbid WWE, mate. I'm not entirely sure they were interested.
Well, they'll have been offered it.
I don't know about that, dude.
Oh, they had to be. Yeah, they did. They had to push the price up anyway. If not, you'd buy Ring of Honor and be an investment for WWE to put on the network. Simple.
I'd be interested to get Dan's thoughts on that. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that I'd be surprised. But yeah, Dan says Miro versus Keith Lee. Give me that. Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, baby. You can't push everyone is the thing. I thought Miro would be in the ladder match. So did I. Do you know what I would really like to have seen, Dom?
Go on.
A proper Hoss, like big guy, ladder match. I mean, you've got so many big guys in that. And when they had Keith Lee and then Wardlow and then Powerhouse Hobbs, I was like, just 6 massive dudes could be freaking awesome.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, to put them all in there, have them all blast each other. What is it? Big meaty men slapping
men slapping meat together. My thoughts on what? Sorry, on what was it, Dom? Ring of Honor. Was WWE bidding for Ring of Honor or not? AEW needs Ring of Honor so they can split half the roster and actually have some shows for the talent. Absolutely, they've got a stacked roster. It's one of the complaints that we've had, and now they've got another place to show them, and a deal with HBO Max, which could be included in it as well. Interesting. They need a TV show though. Well, Ring of Honor have a streaming platform, so it'd be interesting to see if AEW starts inserting itself into that. And obviously, they also got the rights to Allin, which is a massive part of AEW's history. Which Ring of Honor had the rights for? Are you all right?
Yeah, hang on. What?
Ring of Honor had the rights for Allin.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I got confused then. I was like,
that's all right, dude. Miro is a prime example of someone that should be on TV. Absolutely. Where have you been?
He's been off.
Just been with his wife, having a nice time.
Yeah.
Give me Miro versus Keith Lee. My thoughts on what? We don't know if Sinclair was accepting bids as such. I'm sure WWE looked into the situation. Interesting, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more speculation over that.
They might have looked into it. Yeah. I mean, that's fair enough. But I was going to say, I'm not sure it was. As a fan, I wasn't sure it was a priority for WWE. But who knows?
I think what it's done is it's give AEW the back catalog. Do you know one thing I don't understand, Dom? Everyone keeps talking about this streaming service for AEW. We already have that on Fight. What? I mean, does US not have the access to that subscription service?
What?
The Fight AEW Plus subscription?
I would imagine so, yeah. I mean,
I would imagine so.
Yeah, the Fight chat's mainly people in the US, from what I can gather.
Yeah, so if you wanted an AEW streaming service, like you've got it there. But I think the thing is with AEW is they don't necessarily have the back catalog, which you've just bought. And I mean, that's an investment that's going to pay off in the future, isn't it?
Oh man, I mean, yeah, it'll pay off massively.
Yeah, interesting. Hello, Jake. How are you doing, brother? Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. What are your thoughts on Revolution? Are you excited, baby? Eve says, I'm sure WWE would have looked into it, and I'm sure if they felt the money Sinclair would have sold for made sense, they would have purchased it. So Tony Khan brought the bank for this.
There you go. I mean, maybe that was money rumors are off then. Maybe they're completely off.
Well, he'll have paid more for that, I assume, than any of the wrestlers on his roster,
Yeah, I would imagine.
You're talking multiple millions, aren't you?
Yeah, it's just, there you go. You think, maybe he's run out of money, spent all this time, energy, etc. But actually, the Ring of Honor deal shows you that he still has it.
Still has it, baby. I think that's interesting though, because it was a rumor that we was talking about a couple of weeks ago, and suddenly, like, this is completely like debunked that, hasn't it? There looks to be a surprise entrance in the ladder match. I can't say anything about that at the minute. In the ladder match, Ephesians 6:12, and welcome. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Is to be determined, but that's determined between Ethan Page and Christian Cage on Rampage this Friday. Yeah.
I mean, it's exciting. There could be a surprise, I guess. If you're going to do a surprise, you do it there as well. But, you know, who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, I'd like to see Swerve in. I'd love to see Cesaro in, but I don't think those are happening as per the predictions.
Tony Khan out of money, says Eve. Bollocks. Yeah, it was a rumor that was out a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, the Khans have enough money to. I suppose it's the difference between the Khans' money and how much you invest into AEW. But clearly, Tony Khan believes in AEW and has invested in the product big time.
I mean, massively. I'm hugely invested in what AEW has done. I've become more and more invested over the years. You know, over the last few years, and pay-per-view like this is testament to the great skill of a company for getting people like myself who are WWE lifers and will always be fundamentally WWE guys, you know, into the product. It's great. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful time.
AEW is in the black, not the red, says Pro Wrestling Eve's Dan.
Good to know, dude.
Rock and roll. Dude, should we end that there?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for watching. Anthony, we'll see you for AEW the weekend. I will pop in as well before work on Monday because this pay-per-view will probably be arguably one of, if not the best of the year. Certainly. So with some of the best matches of the year and perhaps even of the decade, I am willing to say that MJF CM Punk dog collar match will be remembered many, many years from now. So
I also think if you really want to enjoy that match, a recommendation, go find on YouTube Greg the Hammer Valentine versus Roddy Piper on a dog collar match, because I guarantee that there will be lots of references to that in that match. I've already made reference going into it, so I can't wait to see how that plays out and what they can create. Magic, baby. Rock and roll. Sign us out, babe.
Brilliant. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm going to count down from 5 like a claymore. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We will see you soon. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God, I just listened to this whole podcast. It was terrible. I feel like my ears are going to bleed.
What'd you say? This is Darby Allin, and you're listening to Gimme a Oh Yeah podcast.